You've been seeing more and more guys rocking the middle part hairstyle lately, right? It's back, and it's making waves in 2024. The middle part is not just for the 90s celebrities anymore. It works for almost everyone and adds a clean, timeless vibe to your look. But the question is, can you pull it off, and how do you get it just right? In this video, I'll cover how long your hair needs to be, how to grow it, and how to style the perfect middle part. Let's get started. The middle part hairstyle works for many different hair types, whether your hair is straight, wavy, or curly, though each type needs a slightly different method. The great thing about the middle part is that it can look formal or casual, depending on how you style it. The middle part can be adjusted to suit your style, whether you want a sleek, polished look or something more relaxed and messy. There are a lot of middle part styles, and these 9 are the most popular. Bro flow with middle part undercut, slicked back middle part, wavy middle part, messy middle part with long hair, middle part with taper fade, the undercut middle part, and lastly, the curtain haircut is the most popular and desirable right now. It is really important to know which style you want. I'll pause here for 5 seconds and you can decide which style you want to go with that looks good on you. Think of it? Now, let's see how to achieve it the right way. Some of you might be wondering, Ali, which face shapes work best with a middle part? The great thing about the middle part is that it is versatile. But is it for everyone? Almost. The middle part works best if you have an oval or heart-shaped face. These face shapes balance well with the symmetry that a middle part creates. However, that doesn't mean other face shapes can't pull it off. If you have a round or square face, you can still make it work by adding more volume to the top or experimenting with texture. It is all about finding the right technique for your hair type. The right hair length is very, very important to achieve for the middle part hairstyle. This hairstyle works best when your hair is long enough to part in the center and fall around your face naturally. Typically, the ideal length for a middle part is about 5 to 6 inches on the top. This gives your hair enough weight and movement to flow around the part, creating that clean and defined center split. If your hair is shorter than this, it may not have the same effect, and the middle part could look forced and awkward. The length of the sides and back can vary depending on your personal style preference. You can have the sides and back cut shorter, or you may choose to keep everything at a uniform length. However, focusing on the length at the top is the key for the classic middle part, as this is where the center part will be most visible. Now, what if your hair is not long enough yet for a middle part? Growing your hair to the right length can take some time, but you will get there with patience and the right care. On average, hair grows about half an inch per month, so if you're starting with shorter hair, you can expect it to take a few months to reach the desired length for the middle part. One of the best things you can do to help your hair grow is to avoid overstyling or damaging it with heat tools. Heat can cause breakage, which slows down the growth process. Make sure to use nourishing hair products like a good leave-in conditioner and a deep conditioning treatment once a week. Use hair growth serum daily for faster hair growth, or you can make DIY hair oil. To get the perfect middle part hairstyle, you need to start with the right haircut. Your hair should be long enough to part in the middle, so go for medium length. I suggest going for a scissor cut or a layered cut, as these can add texture and volume, making it easier to style. After haircut, begin with clean hair. Wash your hair using a sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner that won't strip away its natural oils. For the best results, wash and condition your hair 2 to 3 times a week to keep it healthy. After washing, gently scrunch dry your hair with a towel, which helps maintain the natural texture needed for the middle part. Now it is time to think about how to style your middle part. Achieving a clean, natural look middle part can be a little tricky at first, especially if your hair is used to being styled differently. First, find your natural middle part. To do this, take a comb and gently run it from the front of your hairline back towards the crown of your head. Your hair will likely fall into its natural parting as you do this. For most people, this part will be close to the center of the head, but don't worry if it is not perfectly in the middle. You can use the comb to nudge it a little closer to the center, but don't force it too much, as you want the part to look natural. If your hair is resistant to staying in the middle part at first, try parting it while your hair is still damp after a shower. Damp hair is easier to mold and will hold the part better as it dries. You can also use a blow dryer to help set the part. Use the blow dryer on a low heat setting and a comb to guide your hair into place. Direct the airflow along the part, smoothing down any flyaways. The middle part hairstyle works for many, but not everyone. A perfect middle part can be tricky if your face or hairline is not symmetrical, like having a cowlick or widow's peak. You'll need to blow dry both sides to keep it even, but one side might behave differently. Try an off-center part if you struggle with your hairline or growth pattern. It lets you work with your hair's natural direction and avoids the frustration of forcing a middle part. Another thing to consider is the texture of your hair. The middle part works best when your hair has some movement and texture. So if your hair is naturally very fine or straight, adding some texture can help make the part look more amazing and natural. One way to add texture is by using a sea salt spray or a texturizing spray on damp hair before blow drying. These products help give your hair a bit of grit and hold, making it easier to style and less likely to fall flat. After blow drying, you can use a small amount of styling product. For a natural look, use a lightweight styling cream or mousse. These products will give your hair a bit of hold without weighing it down or making it look greasy. If you're going for a more polished, shiny look, a bit of pomade or hair wax can be applied, but use a small amount to avoid making your hair look too stiff. When styling your hair with a middle part, the way you wear the rest of your hair can also vary. If you have longer hair, you can let it fall naturally on either side of the part for a relaxed, easygoing look. If you have shorter hair, you might want to experiment with adding some volume to the roots. Using a volumizing spray or lifting your hair at the roots with a round brush while blow drying can add some extra fullness to your look. One important thing to keep in mind is that the middle part hairstyle requires maintenance. Depending on your hair type, you may need to touch up the part throughout the day, especially if you have wavy or curly hair, which tends to move around more. Carrying a small comb or brush with you can help keep your part looking fresh. I've also made a detailed tutorial on flow haircut. If you want to go with that, watch this video.